Today we're gonna get into some self-reflection, okay? I have been blown away by the response from my last two videos just talking about my experiences in the music industry, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to reflect on my time in the music industry in LA, performing artist scene. Through hindsight, I've recognized all the ways that I was not treating my career like an actual business. I'm really excited and nervous to share some of the mistakes that I have made and in the ways that I failed and how I can prevent failure again in the future. And I've got some music coming out soon. It's been a journey to face my negative experiences and face my trauma head on and work through these things one by one so I can actually do something different and grow and evolve as a person and an artist. So I thought this would be a really cool opportunity to do a video. Top mistakes I made as an independent artist in LA and how you can learn from my mistakes and avoid them. And just in case you're new to this channel, my name's Chandler Juliet. I'm an artist and content creator, and I make videos about personal development and things that you can do to self-actualize and live the artistic and creative life of your dreams. So thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for being here, and I hope you subscribe and stick around. Counting down from number 5. Not being organized with my assets. I'm talking photo shoots, songs, stems, clips, footage. I kind of just was moving so quickly that I wasn't doing a great job of organizing my content, organizing the assets. And if you want me to do another video on the best way to organize your assets for a single or album release and the content around them, I totally will, because I love this stuff now. I'm just obsessed about creating these systems and habits of how you can optimize your life as an artist and a creative. You do need some of these left-brained skills as well. I would love to do that breakdown for you. But I learned the hard way, going, wait, what happened to these pictures from this photo shoot? Or what happened to that video recording I did of that song? Like looking through Dropbox, Google Drive, old hard drives, and just accepting that I probably saved them onto an iPhone once and then they got wiped forever and just didn't get uploaded to the cloud. I can't stand iCloud, by the way. Comment below if iCloud feels like a scam to you, because I feel like it might be a scam. Backing up your assets from all of the hard work you're putting into your artistic career is essential for your online presence and your digital marketing campaigns and your social media promo. You will be wishing and kicking yourself for not backing up your files properly. So take it from me, get into an organized system with backing up your content and your works. And since we're on the topic of file and asset management and online and digital presence, I would love to thank today's sponsor of this video, Incogni. Incogni is a personal data removal service that helps individuals remove their personal and private information from data brokers' databases. You know, like those really annoying scam and spam calls that just interrupt you in the middle of the day when you're trying to work and focus, and you start to wonder, is someone selling my phone number? Yes, they are. Incogni can help reduce these annoying spam and scam calls and protect your privacy. Plus, with the unlimited plan, you can use custom removals to help take down the information from sites that don't have your consent to expose your personal data. I just recently signed up and I've already noticed a significant reduction in these spam calls, and I'm working through the online privacy part of this. This is relevant to you because you should be in control of your data and your privacy, and I want you to be focusing on more important things than answering the phone to somebody who's trying to sell you something that you don't want. Unlike Incogni. And they are being so kind and generous to my subscribers that they are giving a whopping 60% off your Incogni plan with my code Juliet, link in the description. Thank you, Incogni, for sponsoring this video. Number 4. As soon as I graduated college in 2017, I dove right into the music scene. I got into performing, going into the Hollywood nightlife, doing all the singer-songwriter nights in LA, and I just got so swept up in it and I loved it so much. It was like such a fun part of my life, but I very, very quickly got caught up in the social aspect and the peer approval game, as opposed to remembering that my audience is you people on the internet and people out there, not in LA. I feel like I got pigeonholed into a certain mindset and niche, and even finding out what songs I would play at these showcases that people would respond to more, so I stopped sharing new songs, and I basically started living and performing for my peers instead of yearning and striving to find my new audience. although becoming, you know, a performer and a buzzworthy artist in LA was my approach at the time, because I think that I was hoping that some celebrity or record label would come see me perform, want to sign me, and blast me into stardom. By the way, I did perform in front of Diplo. I did perform in label showcases. I did everything I could have as an LA artist trying to get that record deal outcome, and I didn't get that outcome. So I now have this mindset where I think that if I build an audience strongly, like I'm doing now with my YouTube channel, no one can take that away from you. No label can take that away from you. No contract can take that away from you. So I encourage you to stay focused on building your audience and finding your people and just treating it more like a business in that way, and you'll reap the rewards and benefits in the long run. And that's kind of a segue into my next mistake, which is just not treating it like a business. Ultimately, there are a few streams of income as a musical artist. There's streaming, there's performance royalties, there's merch, there's performing fees, sync placement income, and I think there's more, but not a lot more. Everything pretty much funnels through those 5 categories. I definitely was grinding and songwriting a ton during those 11 first years I spent in the music industry, but like I said, I was getting really overexcited about the peer approval and the ego inflation and the performing opportunities, and I did so many free performing opportunities. I performed at Soho House, I performed at School Night, I performed at Madame Siam, all these showcases and all these songwriter nights, and none of them paid. But I was just so excited, and I'm actually really grateful I did all that, and all of the teeth cutting I got out of these performance opportunities, I find it so valuable, so I'm really grateful that I did it. But I wish I just spent a little bit more time focusing on the other areas of becoming a well-rounded artist and performer, because it wouldn't have been such a dramatic exit from being a singer-songwriter into being a comedic content creator for the pandemic years if I had a little bit more of a foundation set up for myself. That being said, I did make some streaming income and some merch income. I was just so caring about the illusion and the persona and the facade that I was building and creating versus actual foundations for a business. And it might not be as sexy and it might not be as glamorous as you want it to be when you actually treat it like a business. And I think that LA is a place where you can get really distracted, especially between what's actually success and what's an illusion of success. Another reason why I'm doing this YouTube path and focusing on this mentality more now is because I think laying a foundation brick by brick is gonna last so much longer than these flash in the pan opportunities and these ego inflation opportunities that I definitely wanted more in my early 20s. So I'm here to say, focus on building your foundation of your career brick by brick, and eventually you will have a castle. Pay to play. I guess it's a necessary evil in the early days. My first gig was the Whiskey A Go-Go. And they handed me a stack of tickets and said that I need to sell, I think this gave me 75 tickets, but I owed them $400. So if I sold all 75 tickets at $10 a piece, I could keep 350, but they have to get the first 400. And I'm thinking, 350 bucks, that sounds pretty good. But I hustled, I grinded. I was in college at the time. I was driving here. Hey, do you want to come on a show? I was hustling, and honestly, I'm so proud of myself. I had the energy and the drive and the hustle, and I did it. And I sold all the tickets, and I had a big crowd, and I had a killer show. It was so much fun. That was my second ever performance in Hollywood as an artist. But after that, you start to realize that pay to play is a scam, okay? After about 5 or 6 years in the industry, I started to get into these songwriter nights, which was much better because they were either free or they were a $10 cover, but you didn't have to sell any tickets, you didn't have to go under, because sometimes people get these tickets and they're not able to sell them all, so they have to literally pay the venue out of pocket, and that's why it's called pay to play. You have to pay to get on the stage, and that's just like not great. It only really exists in a place like Los Angeles, where people still astronomically, exponentially come from all over the world to follow this Hollywood dream, you know? I mean, I was lucky enough to be born here, but I'm still following this crazy dream. Still! You have to pick your battles with it. You have to take those performance opportunities and decide on a case-by-case basis. And this is how a lot of touring slots work too. Some of these big artists, they like sell the touring slot, like buy on 10 grand and you can, it's like, and then you have to offset the cost of your buy on the tour slot with ticket sales. It's a nightmare. And the final mistake I made was not listening to my real audience and what they wanted from me. I, as you may have learned for this video, spent a lot of time being led by my ego, being led by my earthly and worldly desires, and not thinking with my business cap. I really wanted to be a pop star, like a dancer, like a big performer on stage with big bangers and energizing music, and just I felt so excited by that idea and that persona I wanted to build. I come from a jazz family, so I was starting to make R&B pop music, and I just really loved it, and it felt so authentic to me, and I kept getting feedback over and over and over again from my fans, online and off, like, Chandler, you and a guitar is magic. You have to make an acoustic album. Just make an acoustic album. I'd listen, I'd buy it. Where's the acoustic album? Like, I got it all the time. Like, you and a guitar is magic, so just do that. And I was like, no, I want to be a pop star. La 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 la. I want to be a pop star. And it's like, after all these years, a decade and a half, I'm like, it's 2025. I think I should make this acoustic album because I think it's something that, for whatever reason, people resonate with. And we don't always get to decide as artists what people really want from us. And that's kind of the tricky part of being an artist in 2025 and treating this like a true business, is like, what do your customers really want from you? And I really wish that I had listened, because I had a lot of requests for that acoustic album. And for the last 4 years of the pandemic, I've gotten a ton of requests for music again. And finally, I will be granting your request. My next single comes out, and it is called The Recipe, and I am so excited for you guys to hear it. This is my hiatus-breaking single off my forthcoming EP called Queen of the Valley, and I am so excited for you to hear it, and I will put a little sneak peek at the end here. But all in all, I'm so grateful that you are here watching this video. Please subscribe if you valued this video, share it with a friend, and let me know in the comments which lesson resonated with you the most, and if you're gonna take my advice and not make that mistake, because I gotta save myself a lot of time, but mistakes and lessons are how we grow. So let me know, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.
Life's been pretty great, but nothing but sunny days. But I'm not a fool, it's not always gonna be this way. I've been glowing up, got an overflowing cup. Exception, not the rule, it's not always gonna be this way. I'm asking myself, how does it get any better than this? 'Cause it sure could get worse.